Ready for the show? I'm ready to start.
10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
First time on Earth, there is a technological intelligence reaching for the stars.
Ease yourself back into consciousness, back into consciousness.
Well, greetings Earthlings, this is Martin Horst speaking on ET First Contact Radio with my program running on Finding Voices Radio, the station where we are all connected. Thanks to Jeroen Guijs. Again, we have a new broadcast after a period where many things happened, and I visited Blackpool, the exhibition of the universe, the wonderful, amazing place that David Boyle created. Who is my guest again tonight. What a pleasure it was to visit that place, David, and what an amazing encounter we had. It was like seeing old friends back after a long time of lives between lives and many lifetimes that we worked together for the Federation of Light in the spiritual hierarchy. This is how I feel that I belong to the Ashtar Command, the Guardians, and the Galactics and the Company of Heaven. And we all do, all the friends who are listening. Aki was asking the question. Yes, we are live, Aki and Sander and Josefina. Thank you for joining the chat. And now David, my dear friend, welcome back, my dear brother from another galactic mother.
Good evening, Martin. Good evening, listeners. It's wonderful to be able to speak to you all again. First, I must thank all of you for your kind words and the healing that you sent to me, which has made me much better. I'm nearly back to normal now. I'm still suffering, but times are changing and the energy is changing. I am now altering my DNA structure, and I'm beginning to realize that I'm going to be aiming towards ascension, as we all are. I have such a great, wonderful amount of information to give tonight that I'm hoping that we'll be able to get through a lot of it. Most of you are well aware of what's going on. You are aware that we're reaching the end of time now and that the dates have been given. The dates for ascension or for the event are listed and done as the 28th of September this year. Now, to prepare for this, many things I've got. I have a piece of channeling I did 10 years ago, and it's really an overview of what's going on now. And I'd like to read that out first. And I got the information, and this came from Anu. And it was a wonderful pleasure last week when Martin was here to channel Anu for about 2 hours. The information we got was absolutely staggering, and the love and light that came through from these beings who have changed from the dark to the light. And it's a pleasure to be involved with them. Right. This is information direct from Anu. As I say, this was over 10 years ago. A message for all mankind. My dear children, it is with great pleasure and satisfaction that I come to you today at this time the most important time in your evolution on this wonderful world, hosted by the loving energy of the spirit of Mother Earth, Gaia, and Mother Mary. Here and now, you have reached a point in your evolution or your ascension into a higher dimension and density of existence. I come to introduce you to the children of the stars, who are your cosmic families, made up of very many varied life forms and conscious beings. Many of you have now reached the level of consciousness to be able to communicate on an equal level with more advanced and evolved beings of many types of species. We've been assisting your efforts from behind the scenes to reach ascension. The teachers and leaders of the Dark Controllers are now handing over the reins of power to those who have worked so hard to expose and replace the dark elements. It is now a time for celebration as you begin to change your physical bodies from carbon-based to crystalline structure, as you absorb the increasing light of creation. You will all begin to improve your health as your DNA strands become active, repair, and grow from 2 into 12 strands. Your consciousness will expand as new knowledge and truth is explained and presented to you. Your planet will heal with yours and our help, and together the energies of creation will come together in a beautiful merging of consciousness. Do not be afraid, for this is the dawning of the promised golden age, when all will be revealed as promised and predicted in your Bible. Welcome the heavenly hosts of the universe as they appear in your skies. For like you, they and us all come from the same source. We are all indeed one creation. In love and light, Anu, Lord of light and dark for the forces of light and dark. That was 10 years ago, and is perfectly relevant to exactly what's going on right now. I would now like to talk to you of a message from Prime Source Creator. This came via Catherine May, and it came from across the levels, and it came from many different people. And this was given as early as August the 2nd, 2013. It's very, very important. This is exactly what it says. So Prime Creator says, my dear ones, I do not often speak with you directly, but it is such an extraordinary time that I am taking the opportunity to tell you more about your world and how important it is that you now concentrate very hard on raising your vibrations, especially those of you who have been so busy working, earning money to pay your bills and care for your families. That time is over, done. There will be no more bills to pay. No more worries about how you will feed your families, educate them, or survive during your retirement. Your retirement will be glorious beyond your wildest dreams. It will cost you nothing, and it begins now, no matter what your chronological age on Earth. This will not be a retirement from life, nor will it be a death. You are now on the threshold of a magnificent journey to the stars. Your brothers and sisters are awaiting just above you. Look up at the skies on a clear night. Send your greetings to them, and they will flash the coloured lights on their ships to show their happiness, that you see them, and that they will soon be here with you, walking among you, embracing you, singing songs of celebration with you. There are thousands now along the grid lines which carry the energy of the cosmos to uplift and reach you and teach you of endless love and light. It is I who am sending the powerful energies to you now. It has been said that the waves of love you feel washing over you come from the central sun, the sun which radiates outward from the center of the universe. That is true. The central sun is another name for me, your Prime Creator. I'm the one who has created the beginning, the middle, and the eternity, which is now your reality. Your mother and father God were my first children, and their group of enlightened ones who work with them here in your galaxy were their original brothers and sisters and their eldest children. So you see, you are being overseen by your parents and your cosmic aunts and uncles, who have known each of you and have nourished and cared for you, every one of you, as you have traveled through your many incarnations. During the time that Mother and Father God were in training with me to learn to create planets, stars, and living beings, their brothers and sisters were also learning to do the same. They went out across the universe, which was waiting, empty of life, and they helped to teach the younger gods, their younger brothers and sisters, to establish galaxies, to populate them with beings of various shapes and sizes, according to their creative imaginations. Each one in training was first taught the universal laws that require that every created being be equipped first with the ability to communicate telepathically with their parents, and the Creator, who is always in contact with me. Thus, a grid of telepathic energy transmission was built as each universe came into being. It is this grid which makes it possible for me to speak directly with your channel, and for you to speak directly with Mother, Father, God. Others who are channeling now have tapped into that universal communication system at various points, which gives them the ability to speak telepathically with the dolphins, the birds, the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, and so on. So you see, there is nothing weird or unusual about telepathic ability. In fact, you are the only ones in all the universes who seem to think so. This is because you have been behind the veil of forgetfulness, of course. You are the only ones who have experienced this absence of connection to me and the gods who created you. Across the multiverse, all are curious about how this experiment will end. Will the humans who have been made blind and deaf be able to regain their senses? Will they awaken from their nightmares to recognize their family of light? What if they are permanently handicapped by the deafness they have experienced? It has been millions of years now in Earth time since humans had their senses intact. When your scientists studied your DNA sequences, they found many strands in your makeup which seemed to be inactive, useless. They were puzzled, but they were far enough along the road in their own exploitations to understand that nothing in creation is ever useless, and they suspected it was not a fluke of nature, although few of them were spiritually open enough to assume the truth. The truth is that I have given my approval to Mother, Father, God to begin activating those unused strands, which will change you in dramatic ways. Your intelligence, your memory, and your creativity will escalate rapidly. The final goal is to allow you to be the magnificent gods you are capable of being. You will all eventually have the power to create, to know the truth of your history and that of your galaxy. But it was necessary first that you each experience the challenges and obstacles of life in three-dimensional bodies with free will and with little guidance from your mother and father. You have suffered pain, physical and emotional trauma, loneliness and want, and the majority have survived with your hearts still intact. You are still capable of love, and when you are in pain, you look to the light for your salvation. This was the ultimate test, and you have come through it brilliantly. Yes, many of you are still doubting, still insisting you do not believe in any of this, but a small open window in your hearts will allow the truth to flow in as soon as your preoccupation with day-to-day achievements is removed from your lives. You have been tested so strenuously because the great plan calls for your eventual leadership of all the galaxies. You have experienced various forms of government on your planet and have intuitively understood across the globe that democracy with full participation of all the people is indeed the most effective and fair system. It has been co-opted by the Dark Ones, as every new attempt to establish freedom has been tried, even in the United States. The grand experiment was twisted into a despotic economic system which took the place of genuine freedom, and yet the people yearned for truth. This agitation across your planet is a glorious triumph of imagination, Everywhere human being and humankind is rising to demand freedom, equality and dignity. They say to themselves, never again. Many do not yet completely understand what they are agitating for. Some believe it is religious freedom. Others fear the chaos that complete change will bring. But the march towards new ways of cooperating and new means of communication have sealed their hopes for the failure and the future into the truth. Your wars have very quickly been reduced to the last-ditch actions of a few dark ones on rooftops, declaring their preference for murder and mayhem, while thousands rush to help, to rescue and to heal their wounded fellows. I have heard your plans for help to end the mass violence, and now you are seeing the effects in your everyday lives of the end of personal violence as well. The process is nearing completion, and completion means that each and every member of your planetary society is being required to make a choice now. Some will act on their inner rage and disillusionment, but others, whose contract for violence has been ended, will awaken and lay down their arms. In spite of brainwashing, mind control, and dedication to life as slaves to the dark ones. As all of you were told before you began this incarnation, this is your last one. Never again will planet Earth offer the three-dimensional free will environment in which to test yourselves to the limit. No more suffering, no more starvation, no more poverty, no more wars. It is done. Look around you at the beauty that you are surrounded by on your dear planet. Go out of the cities to see what has been, what she was intended to look like, and what she did look like before the industries and massive population growth encroached on her dense forests, clear lakes and mighty oceans. Go back to the forests in silence and reverence for the mother who has nurtured and loved you over these eons. Give thanks to her, and when you send your love down into the center of her being, she will be soothed and healed, and you will feel her gratitude and enormous love. You will see the weather, which is a response to your own feelings, calm as your hearts warm towards your Mother Earth and your fellow humans. So your climate will balance and level out, easing the cold and soothing the heat. Gentle rain will replace hurricanes and tornadoes. As the violence of human passion wanes, the weather on your planet will respond accordingly. You have an expression. Smile and the world smiles with you. Extend this understanding to your relationship with Mother Earth and all her conscious beings, which includes every insect, every rock, every plant, and every animal upon her care. Be at peace, beloved ones. The time of your personal testing is done. You are now being given a time to reset, to rest, to contemplate, and to restore your peace of mind. Your trial is at an end, and you have all been found innocent, pure, and gloriously one with your Creator. It does not matter what stimulates you may have experienced in this life. It is the accumulation of all your lives. All the time you have triumphed over despair. Express love for another or for yourselves that we see as the measure of your strength. Be that loving being now. Look around you at those who would welcome your love and express it freely. It matters not whether they know your name or live in your household. All will welcome your higher vibration of love and light. Together you have worked, prayed and pleaded with me to allow your glorious ascension. Now, in this lifetime, in this hour, I am here to tell you now, it is granted. All the necessary things and steps have been taken to allow this to happen. The prosperity funds have been distributed and are ready to be dispersed. Lucifer has returned to the arms of his family, and the fourth dimension has been collapsed, allowing no secrecy or segregation from your Mother, Father, God's love. The archangels have assumed their mantles of light and the masters have declared themselves as servants to the light on earth. The ships are aligned and ready to bring their gifts and the great love of the twin flames who await their partners, many of whom are now aware of them and familiar with their loving energy. Mother Earth has been stabilized on her axis by the galactic forces and will remain so until all her children have ascended in waves to higher dimensions. All mass weaponry which would threaten the ships or the safety of those on the ground has been neutralized. The smaller weapons will be gradually disabled as the time draws near for the landings. Announcements have been prepared and will be broadcast to everyone on the planet to reassure and inform all of you of the events as they unfold. You see, no detail has been overlooked. No matter for concern has been left unaddressed. No question unanswered. It will be a triumphant time for all. No unhappiness will be caused by thought and to any being on earth, unless they choose to turn their backs on love. Relationships, both old and new, will be blessed with love, forgiveness and light, and all will transcend old conflicts, old pain, to ascend the higher vibrations of love and companionship. We now ask you, our dear light workers, to be ready to head the triumphant celebrations and the coming glorious procession to the ships, where you will all be renewed with bodies in perfect health and minds restored with memory and knowledge of all you have known before, and much more. You who have worked so hard to transcend the doubts and criticisms of your fellows will feel the reward of finally being recognized and acknowledged for your wisdom and the strength of your hearts. Be at peace, dearly beloved ones. You are the Pied Pipers for the glorious new kingdom. You have preserved and you have triumphed. Your time has come. It matters not that you have suffered illness, poverty and pain. Now, use these last days to rest and prepare. Open your hearts to my endless love, which heals all. Quietly pray for all the others who will need your assurance and your strength to complete their transitions. I cannot describe to you the joy I feel as I watch these final accomplishments come to fruition. It is truly the beginning of the end. As Father God has said, prepare yourself for the new beginnings in joy and in faith. I am your creator, the creator of all creators, and I send you the most powerful waves of love you have ever felt before. I gather you to me, the children of my heart, and I send you love without measure until we meet again. Prime Creator, channeled via Catherine May. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And to
so
give more...
is.
Sorry?
Yes, David, it's really absolutely stunning, beautiful. Utterly loving, hopeful words of compassion and joy for what lies ahead for us.
And that's wonderful. And now we have many more confirmations from other sources and other interlinkings. Mm-hmm. I would now like to read you the unprecedented cosmic wave to impact Earth in late September 2015. So we can give you a full schedule of what's going to happen in the next 8 weeks. Right. This is from Archangel Michael. Right. And it was channeled on July the 27th. Dear ones, your world is about to change in a profound way. Just excuse me a second. Let's get Julie. That's better. Way over the next 2 months, as a powerful wave of gamma light coming from the galactic core. That plethora impacts Earth and its beings. So this cosmic wave is coming through from the Grand Central Sun, and it's going to impact the entire Earth and everybody that's on it. It's important to know that we are already about... Sorry, it is important It's very difficult to read. The light's not quite right in here. Okay, do you want to... Just hang on a second, yes, thank you. It is important to know that we are already well inside the cosmic gamma blast referred to as Wave X, and many of you have began already feeling the energetic increase that will continuously assist and evolve everybody until September the 28th, 2015. This great wave or point in humanity's evolution is known as the event horizon. September the 28th, 2015 is when the super wave peaks and is then the highest energy ever received on frequency measured in the cosmos in modern history. Will anyone actually ascend at this date? Yes. Any light being who is already vibrating close to the 5D frequency or 21 Hertz will pierce through the protective 5D barrier known as the Great Void and will be able to experience a sustained perception of the new Earth at its great moment in our history. Many beings do not realize that the new perceived reality, the new Earth, will be still inside a hologram. Matrix. However, it will be a greatly improved one over the old constant grid we have known for over 300,000 years. The new Earth is still a perceived hologram, becomes being made a hologram is the only way a soul can be physical and experience the five senses. The physical part of all this is still vibrating in the third dimension, but there, excuse me, I've got some help at last, but there of the fifth dimension level as being overlapped on top of the 3D. The only way to not exist in a holographic matrix, no matter how controlling or heavenly it may be, is to become non-physical. You have reincarnated here over and over for the purpose of evolving back to your higher nature, but the real reason you keep coming here and will stay here is because you love being physical and experiencing the fifth senses. If only you had a better environment to do this, everything would be perfect. That is what it is about to become. At the same moment, you are experiencing your 3D senses in a 5D light matrix. You will be able to move into your light body, the Merkaba, and be able to navigate the higher realms with no limitations. Behold, I saw a new heaven and a new earth. These two things are not the same. The new earth includes 4D, 3D, and 5D, and the new heaven is dimensions 6 through to 12 that you can only traverse in the light body. It's like this. You are not leaving 3D. Instead, you will be continue to exist in 3D, 4D, and 5D in the same time, space, now here. And you will be truly and fully aware of your experiences in each dimension. So we will become multi-dimension beings. We are currently experiencing a steady bell curve in gamma light frequency increase as we move into the most intense parts of the photon belt to see if you can be aware of its effects on the body, mind, and emotions over the next 2 months. This intense gamma energy is coming in due to multiple celestial events, all occurring at the same time, allowing an incredible amount of cosmic light data to flow into this system. This is no bad thing, and certainly nothing to fear, as these new data frequencies bombard the Earth and its beings. There will be a level of chaos as the new photon data enters the matrix and is integrated, but the after effect will be the gradual transformation of the old control matrix hologram into the new crystalline grid matrix, and it's what we have worked towards for so long and want to see happen. It is proven that gamma light can instantaneously evolve the DNA of any species into its higher form. You are literally evolving quickly now into the highest version of yourself. Some are preaching doom and gloom about all this, and there are others who are totally oblivious to what is truly happening. There are many first wavers who blaze the Ascension Trail for the last 40 to 60 years who are not oblivious at all. All to this, and are rejoicing because they know what is transpiring. We say, ride this super photon wave with everything you've got. See this as the beginning of true freedom for we say, ride this super photon wave with everything you've got. See this as the beginning of the true freedom for humanity. Rejoice, we say. Be impeccable in every area of your life as we move ahead in new moments of your life, of your eons begin, as your ions begin spinning faster and faster. Just excuse me. Go out, put all the lights on. It's important to let go of everything that has not served your soul to this point and open fully to the infinite possibilities of the universe. Most of you are already feeling the steady increase of frequency in the body. Many of you have noticed being situated or shifted around to new locations, loss of relationships and material things. Some ways you may feel totally out of place, alone and even lost. We assure you all that is happening as it should be, and is a clearing of the old energies that you have held onto so strongly. These lower frequencies have to be transmuted so this divine wave of light and love can flow through the body and ground into the core of Gaia. It is impossible to take the lower frequencies of repressed emotional trauma and errant DNA programming, limited belief systems, into the higher dimensions. These old trapped trauma energies must be released from your body so the light data can flow completely through you and be grounded correctly. This completes the divine circuitry that makes you the super being you truly are. The highest level twin flames on the earth play a major role in the event horizon. A great multitude of illuminated twin flame key holders shall lead the way and open the cosmic gates within the intense power of their combined love and beings, and brings forth the higher vibrational perception called the new earth and the new heaven. We, as the angels in human bodies, came to hold space in our own bodies for this great light for all humanity, and to herald this great message. Know that many star races are now here for the first and final curtain call in this greater cosmic story you have played an important role in. Great beings from many worlds are here on the edge of their seats to see how you are doing and to see what you will do next. They are applauding you. We say that after the first waver's twin flame key holders go through the 5D veil, they will begin their real work as male-female teams in the greatest service to others, helping the rest of humanity across the great rainbow bridge. We close in saying it's important that you take good care of yourself during the great time so that you can be the best you can be for all. The highest teachings in all universe is this: love God with all your heart, mind and soul. And this is the secret of entering the kingdom of heaven.
Thank you, David. It was
no,
so
a bit more
beautiful.
yet. We ask you who the identity of this great God is. Love yourself with all your heart, mind and soul. There is no other work to do than this. Mm-hmm. Thank you, great ones, for coming to earth on this great purposeful mission. Well done, good and faithful ones. Enter in. This is your hour of shine. You are the light of this world, as the great master once said, shine bright for all to see. This is all very real, dear friends. It's already happening and will happen exactly as it is being spoken of. It is beautiful and wonderful, and that there is nothing to fear. No harm shall come to any of you. Your world will now be set free forevermore. The level of suffering and chaos on this planet cannot be sustained, even past another few months. Something has to give at once, and it truly already has, as billions of light beings, you, continue to transmit in this evolutionary wave of super consciousness to transform ourselves and the outward perception of this place into the paradise it was meant to be. The data contained in this message flows from source energy through this vessel. I am the great Archangel Michael, the guardian angel of love and protection, who speaks these words to you. Godspeed to all you great beings of light. Archangel Michael. Wonderful.
Sorry I interrupted you, Archangel Michael, but that was truly so hopeful. So, David, in other words, we can expect that September the 28th will be the day of our days.
That will be the event horizon, possibly plus or minus a day either side. But I think that is the time set and ready to go to it. I've got many, many more other information that's necessary to read. I've got a wonderful one that's just come in from Buddha, and it goes into the same, and it's very, very much keen, and it's about what's going on now. Yes. Okay? Can you take another one?
Well, yes, please. But before you do that, David, would you like to have a little break to have a glass of water?
Only for a few minutes, not too long.
No, I have something that is 4 minutes. Is that okay?
That's fine.
4 minutes, okay?
Thank you.
My dear friends, we're going to listen to Telos from Indra from the album Signs from 2005, which will uplift us and connect us to the inner earth energies. Beloved, we are by the company of heaven. And beloved we feel and connected we feel with this beautiful music from Indra. And in beloved connection, David and I are going to continue. So, David, your next message is from Buddha?
It's from Buddha, yes. I'd like to speak this through. Are you ready?
Born ready.
Okay. Lord Buddha and Ashura, channeled by Dr. Susan Samarco. One Who Serves, channeled by James Connell. Greetings, everyone. We have been given the theme for our next advance coming up to in 3 weeks. It is prepare for the wave. As many sources are speaking of being in the now and getting ready for the crescendo that is almost upon us. Are you ready? Do we even know how to prepare? We have been given many hints and some glimpses of what may come, but no one really knows for sure. However, the Ascended Masters continue to do all they can without going against the Prime Directive. The rest is up to each individual to prepare as best they can. If you are planning to attend any of the next PFC groups and have not yet respected or replied, please use this as your reminder to do so now while you are thinking about it. It really helps to know ahead of time who will be attending and how many. This goes also for those who attend out via conference call, and thank you so much to Mahendran for monitoring the call. The problem with the quality of the call appears to be resolved as one of the group's members has donated a new Polycam phone for the group's use. It should be here shortly before the next group session. Details to be given on Sunday. That's from James. That's for all the people who are involved in actually attending the meetings. Right. This is Lord Buddha, Dr. Susan Samarco, channel. I am the One, the Buddha. I have shared with you during those advanced previously called retreats, times when we have brought forth sharing of celebrations to you. Today we come to speak about that eternal now, the now that is in your consciousness, the now that I speak of in my teachings, for all is in the now. When the beam of energy hits you, you are in the now. It is your choice to handle things in a positive way or a negative way in the now. As all collapses around you, you are in the now, and yet you still look forward to the future, and you are in the now. It is important for those of you who are the light workers, the light holders, the light bearers, all of those who are awake and aware to be in the now, not to be looking forward and not to be looking back. For as this one spoke today, she is living many lives at the same moment in the now. It is not appropriate for her to discuss these things unless she is experiencing them. This is why we have brought these experiences to her in the now. More and more you will be experiencing similar things. It does get confusing if you remain in the 3D perception. As you have risen from your 3D consciousness, as you have risen from your frequency, you are changing now. It is different from those around you. It is different from those with whom you work, with whom you live, with whom you share your day-to-day lives. Your now is different from those who exist in the now of the 3D existence. Your now is changing because your now, more and more every day, will include the glimpses that you will be given, the glimpses you will allow your higher self to experience. There is one who is in charge of you, and it is you. And you forgot that at times. The you is allowing the experiences of seeing galactic brothers and sisters, of seeing those from inner earth. It is you, the higher self, allowing you to see the glimpses of lives you are living in the now at the moment. You have walked away from that 3D understanding of past, present and future. You walked away from that with the intention of bringing the present into focus. You are bringing the present into manifestation. That present is the glorious imagination, that glorious vision that you have for the now. And we are so excited on this plane of our existence. All of those of us who serve you, share with you, all of us who are eager to greet you in person. We have many wonderful things planned for your next advance to help prepare you for the now. All of this, when you read the words, will fill you with anticipation and an understanding that is hard to put into words. in this moment of time in which I speak, but know that this group, those on the phone, those that read the words, are receiving downloads of energy that is changing you. We will share with you if you have questions for us during the question session. Give us time to change back and forth in the energy fields of this one blessings and love to you. One who serves, James McConnell Channel. Greetings to you, one who serves here. With you now to take the next part. But before we move on to the question and answer period here, we would first like to address you. With your advance previously called retreat coming, this has been a precursor of what you experienced in this guided meditation on one of the more things that will be happening at your advance. It will be much more profound, much more in-depth as to what will be occurring there, because this is important now. There is a time frame here. The frequency, yes, but also a time frame here. We speak in your understanding, the 3D understanding, but also at ours as well. We are in the sense as well. We have bodies here. We have our lives just as you do. Somewhat different, of course, but we do have an existence here in the third world many times. Not that we are pulled into that type of atmosphere, and we tend to stand above it, certainly, but at times our services are needed, and we are drawn back as well. We can certainly move in and out just as you will be able to move in and out of it, as you will need to as the times come, as the frequencies are right. So you're going to have many experiences of this advance. And those that are not going to be able to be at the advance can join over the phone. It will be set up to allow most of you to participate at most of the various events that happen. Not all, of course. You will not be able to eat together and things like that, but you will have the experience of hearing our words as well as participating in the meditations that will be given and that which is to be experienced. So there are many things coming, many things in the works, not only for your advance, but for many of the events that are planned, including the grand celebration that we have spoken of many times. Many sources have spoken of this celebration. You will never have a celebration as that which will be had upon this planet when the situation is ready for it. We are all ready for it, and we are preparing. Would you have questions here for one who serves Ashera, who is standing by with the Buddha? I have a question about the body changing to the crystalline form. Is this going to happen as a grand event, or is it happening during these smaller ways? One who says, that is a wonderful question, and we can share with you that the changes to the crystalline form is expected in the works. It is already happening. People are experiencing this in different ways, in different varieties and understandings of it. This is the process, and it will become more and more and more. You will experience the changes that are happening. You will find the changes in diet, as was spoken of earlier, as well as the things that are still coming. The memories coming back, all of this is part of the changeover. This transition from your carbon base to your crystalline base, all of this is going to accumulate at the ascension. You are correct. It is when the ascension happens. It will be the final accumulation of this, and this will be complete transition from one level, we might say, to another level here. Will this help us to let go of the density, the mass? One who says, yes. You're talking about the heavier density of the body. Yes, you will be literally lighter, almost like you are able to be float above the earth. You will float above the earth, some of you. All of this is still coming. It is in the process. I'm going to add a touch of humour to this. You are probably too young to remember this, but you in this room do remember the show My Favourite Martian. A long time ago, did he not have a funny antenna that would come up? That was much to go for at the time, the laughter at the time. The show was very popular, and I mention this because this was a precursor. It got people thinking. Your crystalline bodies are going to be much more like antennas. They are going to be much more sensitive, reaching out in many different ways. As one who serves has said, they will manifest in different ways in each person. And the change in the structure has been something new. Those of us who have left our physical bodies and have raised our vibrations and have existed on other planes have had spiritual bodies, but not quite the same body that you are manifesting. This is part of the grand show that's been going on, to see how you adapt to the bodies and how you change as you go through the process. This has been an important part of what you have needed to do in our roles to support you in this, to make you aware of the aches and pains, the change in diet, the change in sleep habits, and as the changes have progressed, the need for sleep has increased, the need for certain foods has increased. We told you at one time or another that chocolate is okay, have we not? For if you crave something, it may be something you need at that moment to make the change. Go with the flow. Allow yourself with the pleasure. But we know that this one has not always experienced pleasure at times. Allow yourselves to go with the flow. Allow yourselves to be led to what to eat, what to drink, and to know that there are many, many who are closely watching this process and keeping very close eyes on every one of you. Are there any other questions? Is the ringing in my ears a change in frequency? Yes, certainly. Many will experience these types of things as well as many other maladies, but are really not. They are understandings that are happening within you to make you aware. Just as Ashira has said, it is to make you aware of the changes. It is a byproduct of all that is happening, of this wave of energy that is coming in. As we have said previously, when the big wave, the major wave, if you wish to call it this, hits, there will be no misunderstanding of this. You will not look at your neighbour and say, is this it? You will know that this is it. There will be no question about it. When the event happens and one transforms into the fifth dimensional light body, will we be able to move about the multi-dimensions? Yes, that is correct. Please understand that all that is happening here now has happened many times before in terms of individuals. But those individuals were not prepared in advance as to what the changes would be like. We are preparing you for the changes as much as we can. We've been through it. We know what it is. But this is different because this understanding is being given out to all who are ready for it. It is all about preparing you for the wave. As James said earlier, this is the theme for the advance, preparing for the wave. You will be prepared for it, and we are going to make sure that you are ready for it. Not only you are going to be at the advance, but you are going to read about it as well. Know that as your group is having these experiences, that there are other groups that are having similar experiences as well. So all is coming together at the right time. If you go with the flow, as we have been saying, it will all work out. Your concern at the third illusion will not be concerned to worry about anymore. And we speak in terms of anymore. Anything you wish to add in? No. Right. First, let me address the new children who are coming in, bodies that are very young. Also women who are carrying children who are coming to this experience. These children who have been coming in for many years have been given many different names. The new children who are coming into the plane have this very strong task before them, for they are uplifting every person upon the planet. Their innocence is amazing. However, their awareness is also amazing, and they stay connected at very deep levels. It is their job to maintain balance and to maintain a sense of optimism and a sense of where everyone is going. They are so connected at this moment in time. Even the child who sits in the cradle, even that child who is breastfed by its mother, is not a child. It is a soul being. It is a spiritual being that is here with a great sense of purpose. And that great sense of purpose is to assist the other children at every level, well into their 20s. All of these children have come with great desire to make a difference, great desires to see a change. They will accept this easily and effortlessly and move with the energy without question. As you see, the youngest children coming in know that they are the support for the entire human family. Their sense of awareness and duty comes higher than any other generation previously. They brought with them an understanding of this process. To answer your question, yes, the children have an inner guidance to this process that even your children who seem to be turning their backs on you and your belief system, when the clarion call goes out, they will understand more deeply and more quickly than adults around them. You'll see this in young people up until through the 20s. The 20-year-olds are more concerned about supporting one another and their family. They will still be more alert than those who are not yet awake on the planet. The wave will hit and there will be a response of love from the very youngest in the cradle to the very oldest. All of the children that you ask about are a part of this process and will amaze you in the depth of their understanding and their support. Yes, and we would add here that there is the preparation in the Lightwork community that will add a great assistance to all of those who are not understanding what is going on. Hear what is happening, so you'll be of service beyond what you can imagine. Up to this point in time, here, you have been prepared for this. Are there any further questions? Right. I am a shearer. I have addressed you in questions today. As always, it is my pleasure. I would bring the remembrance to you who have discussed it in your group today and that it has been intentional. There are things you turn away on purpose in the greater world, for you know that they are remnants, like shadows. They are memories that pop up here and there that are not of the highest love. It is part of the cleansing of the planet. This is to allow people to release their old release systems, such as that you saw this week, as that of the animal kingdom. You've seen that towards ethnicities. You've seen that towards countries. You've seen that towards people. But each time there is an occurrence, it is an opportunity for more to be awakened, more to feel the greater love, not only for humans, but also for animals. This is the time that love is awakening in each and every being. It is your opportunity to speak of love in every instance. When you have information that is not resonating with you, it could be a piece of the puzzle that are so fiercely defending. It is no longer the time for fiercely defending. It is now time for truth. It's the time for love. It is time to say, maybe you are right, and allowing it to pass from you. We give you great thanks, peace and understanding for the coming times. Namaste. Well, that was quite a good piece of information, a bit disjointed, but we have the last piece that I wish to speak now. This is called the Lion's Gate. This is a schedule of what's going to happen between now and when the main wave hits on the 28th. So the new timeline anchoring. Here we got messages from Sananda through Elizabeth Trustwin. And this is the celestial dance. The Lion's Gate ended on 8/8. The new moon operates as from the 14th of the 8th. The first quarter moon starts on the 22nd of the 8th. And the full moon appears on the 29th of the 8th. And then we move into September. The last quarter moon is on the 5th of the 9th. The new moon and partial solar eclipse is on the 13th of the 9th. The equinox is on the 22nd of the 9th. And the full moon and total lunar eclipse is on the 28th of the 9th. This is the Lion's Gate aspects, okay? This is Sananda through Elizabeth Trustwin. You will witness and participate in the anchoring of new timelines, reconnecting Earth to the cosmic timelines. This upcoming frequency shift for Earth and this sector of the Milky Way galaxy corrects thousands of years of damage caused by a handful of intergalactic war criminals. Earth will be permanently anchored back to the correct cosmic timeline. In the last 10,000 years, nuclear war so devastatingly ravaged the western arm of the Milky Way galaxy, it was unsure until 1987 if the Earth would survive. There are debates today about intelligent beings visiting Earth. Some feel they are not extraterrestrial, they are interdimensional. The truth is they are both. They travel through the dimensions to come to Earth, making them interdimensional. In all cases, they are visiting from higher dimensions than Earth. They are not from Earth, making them extraterrestrials. There is no reason for debate. They are both. DNA is the light code. The physical body is the hard drive. The light body is the modern facilitating the live stream. Etheric and physical are merging as humanity ascends. There is also a phrase used in place of dimensions, saying a being may be of another density. This is a reference to body types of beings who are different from Earth humanity, and is not the preferred way to compare different beings. It is true, as we move up the dimensions, our bodies change to exist in the environment where we are. We will carry humanoid DNA, and existing in the higher dimensions means our bodies become lighter. Recently, many have experienced illnesses. which purge the body of density, preparing the way for existing at a higher dimensional on Earth. The basis of the iconic relationship within the cells are changing as the DNA is activated. The DNA is the bridge between the physical and the etheric or subtle bodies. The DNA is a coding program, and the cells are the software. The hardware is the physical body. As you activate the DNA with cosmic rays from these rarefied energies entering Earth's atmosphere, now it has a profound effect on your physical body. In the Adam Kadmon body, model found in Earth humanity, much more is possible than we have ever explored. The human brain is made up of 100 billion neuron cells and nearly 100 trillion synapses. Our state of consciousness determines how we utilize the power in our mind. The mind is a direct link to source energy, a great powerhouse. As we learn to change our thinking, we are able to harness the body in new ways. This power is invoked only after taking up new habits, like a certain diet and regular meditation. During doing yoga and asanas, fine-tunes the body to move source energy through from space down, into the head, down, into the feet, and into the earth. As new lighter thoughts pervade, levitation, transportation, remote viewing, remote hearing, jumping and not being bothered by the hunger, thirst, heat or cold, and becoming minuscule are only the beginning. Cosmic rays feed your body and gold us from space. Your DNA is humanoid. Your DNA originated in the stars. You were born of the stars. Cosmic rays which float through space and come from clouds in space, found inside nebula, float down to Earth. Cosmic rays originate outside our solar system and this Milky Way galaxy. They are supercharged with the energy of source energy. From the central sun and then charged by the light from the sun as they make their way to Earth's atmosphere. Some cosmic rays are produced by ions having collisions with interstellar matter. These rays carry the material that makes up the stars. The ions are absorbed through the crown in the head. It is the same place where your fontanelle was open when you were born. It brings the ions into the brain, where they enter the blood and become an important part of nourishing your brain, heart and organs, as well as regulating the blood sugar and many other functions which are still not understood. Ayurveda and acupuncture work with the energy centers within the body for healing, and modern medicine has not accepted this school of thought. What we eat matters. What toxins we consume matter. What dark thoughts are processed through your mind matter. Line your daily practice and your body will follow. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. Every morning you have the freedom to alter your thoughts. So start every day by deciding what you're going to do. As your major concepts that you carry about you, it is possible to remove and rebuild all concepts you carry. So if you want to change your thoughts, you must work at it every day for 33 days. In 1 month, you will have a new personality. The reason it's hard to achieve is that if during that day you return to old habits, old conversations, old families and friends, you get those thoughts back. If you do that perpetually until you die, you will not ascend. That's how it works. There are no waves of ascension of any kind of automatic ascension. It happens within your mind, and it is exquisitely individual. If you have been reading fake channels, thinking you are ascending automatically, you will not wake up until that moment of death, and then it is too late. No one knows when that moment will be. It is wise to get to work now. Utilize meditation to activate those cosmic rays in the neurons of your mind to course through your bloodstream, affecting all your organs and enlightening your consciousness. Love is the key. Thoughts are the lock. There is something known as Hukara medicine, and that is very effective to changing the personality. One day research will prove these things. It has been said that love is all there is. Truth is consciousness is all there is. There are many states of consciousness. Those with differing beliefs are existing in different states of consciousness. The object is to arrive in a state of pure awareness. Bankers, lawyers, doctors, corporate leaders, religious leaders, philosophers, teachers, farmers, mechanics are all living in a different state of consciousness. They wear these in their own species of humanity as different bodies. So too different religions, different nationalities, and different age groups do as well. Any group you associate with yourself with, you become that species. You wear that body. It is in this state of consciousness you make decisions, influence others, and live or die. Cosmic awareness makes it possible to assume any kind of body. If you use to change the body you're in, if you choose to change the body you're in, you simply change your thoughts. Postponement is one of the worst diseases that stops your conscious enlightenment. Taking in the cosmic rays made up of lithium, beryllium, boron, scandium, lutetium, vanadium, and manganese, which have mixed with the sun's energetic particles and the Earth's magnetic force, they are converted to a secondary particle similar to helium and hydrogen, and making up the primordial elements, abundance, which makes up the vibration of love. Love is the electromagnetic crystalline structure attached to the cosmic range which govern the entire body functions within the Adam-Kadmon body. Our thoughts are the transmitters. Some people transmit over the equivalent of an old cathode tape with black and white TV, and some people transmit over the equivalent of nanoservers. Your personal daily practices combined with your thoughts and other interactions with people and your environment govern your state of consciousness. As you make adjustments, your state of consciousness raises incrementally. This is what is being termed as ascension. It's an ever-ongoing evolutionary process which occurs in the individual, planetary, galactic, universal, omni-universal, and cosmic levels. Earth affects ascension, affects all that is. The Lion's Gate is a portal which opens and aligns Earth with the galactic center this day, every year. Everything that is in motion stays in motion in the beginning. The unmanifest absolute we call milk, or maybe considered light, was the manifest absolute pours out the libation as an offering of life to all in the dark matter universe. The motion creates gases, cosmic rays, stars, nebulas, solar systems, galaxies, universes, multi-universes, the infinite cosmos, and all that is. Wow. Right. Our galaxy is a vortex. Helios and Vesta are the solar logos. They are the sun behind the sun. They are the emanations of divine masculine and divine mother feminine, which are formless. Vesta, divine mother, emanates source energy from the light matter universe, which is just on the other side of the galactic center, and projects the milk from their universe called Om. On the 7 super universe system, she emanates source energy through which we came into our universe, through the Scorpio black hole at galactic center, into our dark matter universe. Helios, divine father, offers the milk, the plasma electromagnetic crystalline light, which allows life to be possible in this universe. Nebadon. The light beams from source energy travel through the black hole at galactic center and through the central sun at the planet Alcyon in the Palladian system, through the bubble in the sun, the corona of Sol, and then down to Earth herself in the Milky Way galaxy. A very special place indeed. The challenge is to transcend the evolutionary path of the rigid human intellect and to embrace an evolutionary path of pure awareness. Consciousness awakens and expands into more awareness and perception of the world around it. People wake up. The collective consciousness experiences shifts. On the Lion's Gate of 882015, galactic center located at 26 degrees Sagittarius, and the planet Sagittarius A, a highly evolved civilization whose president is Salvington, engaged with Earth and the celestial process and fusing Earth with high levels of source energy. This year, the transmission is particularly strong. The solar logos is source energy that enters Earth's atmosphere to create the shifts. It's an awakening and a return to a connection with the cosmos. Source energy is the celestial heat, the fire and aether elements combined. It has the power to heal. It has the power to transform. The soul logos is the return of courage and bravery. The new timelines are anchored through the hearts of humanity. It's something you have to embrace within, the return of loving kindness. That's quite a complex understanding, so I hope most people can get into that as we're going through. Right. The Milky Way galaxy is a helical vortex. Everything is rotating around something else in our solar system. The planets rotating around the sun and the Earth chases the planet Lyria. Our solar system spirals above the galactic plane and the stellar wind. The word, the breath, the life work on our solar system, influencing its evolution. In the center of our galaxy is the Scorpio black hole. This is where all life which has ever been born into the Nebulan universe through the manifest absolute cream of Divine Mother is light. The black hole is a massive vacuum removing from the dark matter universe of Nebulan all that is unholy, tyrannical and full of death. It returns these things back to light as on to become new creation. This Lion's Gate is a portal which opens and Earth aligns of the galactic center this day every year. This year, when we are anchoring the healed timelines of Earth, she is repositioning to her original position in the western section of the Orion arm of the Milky Way galaxy. Our universe is a hologram. A new ascended Earth and with new DNA within the cells of all the kingdoms, magical, diva, animal, plant, mineral, are accessible now. The sea life, humanity, Earth's inner plasma sun, the mountain ranges and connections within and without are all healed by the influx of source energy from the solar logos. They add their part into the frequency pattern of unseen planets such as Sagittarius, at alignment with the processional Earth, and these two effects together everything we know. The alignment of the galactic center with cosmic center, which took place on December 21st, 2012, was the end of the Earth as we knew it. That is because the Earth hologram we are announcing today was activated into the causal realm that day. Now on this Lion's Gate, 8815, the Earth hologram is anchored into the galactic energy grid within the holographic universe in the physical realm. Now the changes predicted, which accompanying collective consciousness raising, are already in place, manifesting unseen and seen. An example of this is the plasma sun, which has been inserted into our moon, Luna. It is being seen as a blue aura flaring around our moon. In the light of the sun, which sustains all life within the Milky Way galaxy. And it is the light reflected off the surface of the moon which regulates the rhythms of all life on Earth. The full moon 8 days ago reflected more source energy than any other full moon in Earth's history. The plasma energy within the moon is now acting on Earth through the equinox and full moon total lunar eclipse. This new plasma sun within the moon Luna has created a blue theta aurora, and this is indeed needed to project all over the massive source energy beaming to Earth in this tremendous time of changeover and the event called disclosure. As these changes take hold, Earth will enter 0 point energy. Although this is not currently described in our science academia, we do know Einstein's theories were based on third dimensional being. It was Einstein who told us the fourth dimension is time. All messages you say we are ascending the fourth dimension are continuing to repeat through the filter of the channel. An old outdated belief system as old as the concept of 3D. We now transcend time. The fourth dimension is collapsing into the third as we climb above the fifth dimension and beyond. Last page. The first dimension is a point in space. The second dimension is a plane on the horizon, extending from that point. The third dimension is a point in space within a plane. In mathematics, we think of the third dimension as a point on the X and Y axis. The fourth dimension is not the astral realm. That is the old teaching. Drop it. The fourth dimension is time. The fourth dimension is a point in space and time, a point on the X, Y, and Z axis. The theta aurora within the moon is a plasma energy connecting Earth with the galactic center, and was first seen July the 29th, 2 days before the last full moon. Plasma in its light when under the excitation of electromagnetic crystalline fields. Polar auroras bear witness to this fact. The plasma filaments connect our solar system with the electrical supply of the wider galaxy. Our solar system moves through our consciousness and universe at 70,000 kilometers an hour across the galactic plane. So we're moving across the universes now at 70,000 kilometers an hour, along with the cosmos connected with all life interconnected. Earth's ascension cannot be postponed. It is affecting all that is. Torsion field physics cancels Newton and Einstein. It defines mass inertia as not being constant. It produces plasma cosmology, which will affect all other science. It is time to end the truth embargo and the scientific suppression and join our human intellect to the collective consciousness of Earth and out to our galactic family in the stars. Meditate on the new Earth hologram, anchoring to the healed timeline and connecting to the plasma energy which holds Earth within the universe. Meditate on receiving source energy as loving kindness from the solar logos and allow it to flow through your body into the Earth. Change yourself to change your consciousness. Call on me in cases where you experience chaos as a changeover creates a bit of tumultuous times as we move into a force field at 0 point in no time. Namaste. Well, you got the scientific, the full explanation, you got the day, the date, the time, and you got the opportunity for each and every one of us to raise our vibrations and to join and go into the fifth dimension, leaving behind a world of destruction and aspect. The world will clean itself and be tidied. We will change. It's up to you. You've all been given the tools and the understanding. It's mass consciousness which affects things. When up to groups of people get together with one right mind, with one thought, with one intention, you can change a considerable amount of the energy flowing in and through the planet. I regularly go out on the 21st of every month with the group of the light workers that I call my angels, and they are wonderful, beautiful beings. We all sit together on a ley line junction, and we all sit and we all speak one word each for what we all wish for the future, for the Earth. The words we usually speak usually go through love, compassion, tolerance, honesty, integrity, laughter, joy, happiness, which is what everybody wants individually. And when spoken and intended in groups, it manifests. And the more people do it, the more we can understand. So on those dates, which I gave you earlier, please try to get groups up to as many as 12 in a group onto those ley line junctions at that time and put your thoughts, words and desires into the grids, and also put in your loving care, appreciation for all what's been done for us, to all our galactic families, to the universe, for Mother, Father, God, and for all creation, Prime Source Creator, for the life and experiences that we've all got, as we all begin to realize that we're all one, we're all part of all that is, and life is wonderful. So now I'm going to hand the rest of the program over to Martin, and there are 3 wonderful Catherine May transmissions that I think he would like to read. I don't know if he's going to get through them all. Number 15, 16 and 17. I'm hoping that he's got a chance to read all of those. And to all the viewers and to Martin, all I can say is I love you all. You are me, I am you. So please go out there and have a really good time so I can enjoy life with you as with everyone else. Be responsible, understand what you have to do, and help and assist each and every one and all the animals, plants and insects on the planet. With greatest love, I hand over to Martin and say good night to everyone. Good night, everyone.
Yes, David, you will stay here to listen to when I read it, okay?
I can't.
Oh, you can't, okay.
I can't. I did tell you I have to go. I've got not only have I got appointments, I've got to be away very, very thing in the morning. Got to go to the hospital first thing, so I can't be away.
I understand that, but I will read them. And David, I want to say thanks for reading the beautiful messages, and I feel that our cooperation of working together for the light is bearing fruit, and I feel deep respect and deep friendship for you, and a deep loving connection, and I wish you a very good night back there in Blackpool, wonderful place. And if people are in England, do visit the exhibition of the universe, where David will receive you with joy and happiness. So David, for now I want to tell you good night, be well, and I'll speak to you very soon.
Wonderful. Good night, viewers. Love you all very much. Good night, Martin. Love you. Bye.
Good night, David. Love you very much. So, my dear friends, I will now read part 15, 16 and 17 from Who Needs Light? Edition 15 I will start with. It's time to see your world as we do, by Sananda. And Kevin, can you give me a cup of coffee with milk and sugar? Yes. Kevin, my best friend, is going to provide me with some liquids that will give me some energy. So here is Sananda by Catherine May. Last night on the Blog Talk radio program, we talked with you about rising energies as we approach the Lion's Gate. The time between July 4th and August 8, 2015 will reach a glorious crescendo in the coming 2 days. Hold on, beloved brothers and sisters. You are experiencing new heights of vibrational assistance to help carry you ever higher in your personal ascension. It has been a time of intensive training for those of you who have asked to release all old patterns. As Mother God told you, the higher dimensional teams, in consultation with your higher self, have been working diligently to arrange the most effective and efficient circumstances to help you uncover the persistent attitudes and patterns that are carryovers from childhood. It is impossible to live a life on planet Earth in recent years without having to contrive strategies for survival based on particular kinds of threats and imbalances you had to navigate in your early life and beyond. Each style is different, based on individual feelings and inadequacy, fear of being rejected, annihilated, punished, disrespected, and so on, depending upon the severity of violence or danger you may have experienced. This is where it is very helpful to have Riffin's book that was for just this moment. It is carefully to walk you through from childhood to present that holds you to the lower dimension and these current challenges and familiar trainings, and you will move through them with a comfortable momentum. The raising frequencies have many faceted effects on your brain and body. Feel the dramatic shifting within, or even, I can assure you, it is not only for your own good. True item to work with you in healing a crystalline body. They are ready on call to be of maximum assistance. A successful healing project, your participation in the co-creation of your own growth, and I might say, maximum. Now I would like to talk with you about something you have asked us to address. You have been hearing in both the cabal media and the channeling circles and coming in September as an end of the world disaster, or as the major shift you have all awaited eagerly. I can reassure you it will be both. For those who have invested all their energy and time in selflessly hoarding all the resources and worthy goods they can command, it will undoubtedly seem like a monumental disaster. One thing that gives them security is their command over others, in the form of great chasm between themselves and others, whom they see as the masses. On the other hand, for those of you who have long anticipated DRV, GRC, Nezara, an end and the assist triumph, an end of course they decry, the end of the political systems, representatives who will pass any law they suggest. GMO crops, get rid of healthcare, less regulation on food profited them. If the money in your treasuries had not been emptied wholesale into the coffers of the secret governments, you would not have to choose between supporting your disaster that lies ahead. Abundance for all. Freedom to life, as you have always dreamed, without debts and without servitude, to a grinding and competitive jobs that leaves your soul hungry, rather than ever increasing hours at your desk. Imagine this: music, painting, dancing, and every form of creative pursuit you can imagine will be available to you, as creator, observer, and celebrant, whatever suits your talents and desires. You will delight in the new energy and drive you will experience when you are being deeply fulfilled. Many of you have become impatient or discouraged because you cannot see the changes you hoped would materialize in recent months. Truly, the major change that hasn't come yet is the increase in the size of your bank account. Everything else is evolving, shifting just as it needs to, as part of the gradual build-up or the tear-down of existing systems. This was imperative for a smooth transition. You see, the same people who complain that nothing has happened are the ones who promote the idea of apocalypse to come. As you are fond of saying, you can't have it both ways. Look at me from our higher perspective to see how everything is moving forward, even more gracefully than we could have imagined. Our greatest hope is that we will move from the rigid and controlled systems of the Matrix to the freedom and joys of paradise on earth, without chaos and trauma, avoiding any undue suffering and disruption. Above all else, we wish to allow each individual the opportunity to grow, to fulfill the life purpose of soul growth they came here to live out. You see, dear friends, you did not come here to earth primarily to experience wealth, to change the political systems. You came here to learn to love more deeply, to experience your connection to God more surely, to strengthen your resolve, and to be of service to humankind, in their long anticipated ascension. As it turns out, in terms of your soul development, the delays you thought were holding up your prosperity were actually a gift that has allowed all of you to be better prepared, more balanced, more advanced in your mastery. Look how you have grown in maturity, wisdom and tolerance, and curiosity rather than fear about the unknown. Most of all, the dawning of your unity consciousness has blossomed steadily. Consider the interesting phenomenon of growing number of channelers who are bringing through similar messages in recent months. Some of you used to question the discrepancies and variations in the material they brought through for you. This was mostly because the 6 blind men describing the elephant effect. The knowledge we wish to impart to you is so vast and so unknown in your cultures that we must give you pieces to examine and weigh. And once you have mulled a bit, we give you more. Some people gobble up the information, whilst others need time to ponder all interpretations. It has been very valuable to us to have scribes with different personal styles and different audiences at various levels of ascension. The process of introducing more and more information in a gradual way has brought us now to a convergence point. This is why you will notice more unity in the messages we are bringing through you. Those of you who are ready to see the golden threads that unite in truth. To extend the elephant analogy, many points of view are coalescing and expanding with the nurturing energies of the lion's gate to produce the picture of something whole, some wonderful and divinely inspired. All is truly advancing according to plan, with added moments of unanticipated delight and celebration as we observe the wondrous changes in our beloved earth incarnates. You are beginning to see the synchronization that is possible between you and us when we are in direct and intimate contact. We are all growing and expanding in consciousness as a result of this new closeness. You see, we are joined by the golden threads of our multidimensional grid, which we use to telepathically join with one another in the higher dimensions. We share our thoughts, ideas and feelings freely as we wish to. We also enjoy convening in our councils to work together, formalizing our decision-making process, because we enjoy the feelings of joy and camaraderie of being close. We are now able to include you more and more in the co-creative process, as you are including us in your daily lives. As we do this, reaching to meet one another through the thinning veil, we are strengthening the energetic threads that bind us together across dimensions. Our crystalline grid, the tie that binds, is glowing with the flow of shared energy, increasing communication and growing light. You feel our presence as we feel yours, as surely as you know the energy signature of your closest friend or partner. It not only makes us glow with pleasure, but it also lights up the grid we have co-created. You, me, our angels and masters, galactic friends, and Mother and Father God. Each one of us has made a contribution and left our mark forever on the great multidimensional communication system that carries the light of our shared love in our increasingly triumphant moments. Together with Mother, Father God, and my beloved friends in the company of heaven, I am transmitting to you across your living grid. I am sending my waves of love, respect, and admiration as we move forward together. Fall into step with us. Beloved brothers and sisters, we glory in your fascinating company. I am your Sananda, known as Jesus. That was edition 15. I will now play a little piece of music for you, my dear friends. I'm going to pick something from Indra again, which is called Forever, a song I like very much, 14 minutes break. And then I will read message 16 and 17 for you from Sananda, from Mother Father God, channeled by Catherine May. Stay tuned. Yes, my dear friends, we continue with the broadcast. And now I will read the New Earth Times, message number 16, channeled by Catherine May. And this is Archangel Michael, release yourself, plunge into the ocean of light. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters. I am Archangel Michael. Everywhere you look today, there are peace negotiations going on behind the scenes. The Dark Ones are trying to bargain with their last chips to buy a bit of their power back. Or failing, they're trying to arrange amnesty or immunity for prosecution. The ones who have been drawn into endless wars are seeing the way out through diplomacy. There are light workers in every arena, bringing gentle persuasion and the protection of a mentor to help all sides see the brilliant success they will have once peace is established. Just as you have struggled with feelings of possessiveness and fear, leaders of nations must overcome their intolerance and aversion to those who were former enemies. One of the greatest fears for those in power is of being seen as weak. This is why the mentorship program is so important right now. Without Gandhi, India would not have achieved independence. Yet he never ran for office or held any elected government position. He was ultimately successful at being non-violent because he proved it was the strongest moral position. He made the aggressive British overlords look barbaric and brutal because they were. Gandhi, Mandela, Martin Luther King and many others in very different cultures have revealed the same truth. Violence is a coward's game. We are here with you to accomplish all facets of what will lay the groundwork for paradise on earth. Economic prosperity is one of the cornerstones of that coming glory, and so is an end to all wars. This is not just our hope for you on surface earth. It is the fulfillment of your destiny. You, beloved light workers, are riding the crest of the first wave during this intense energy influx called the Lion's Gate, which will peak on the 8th of August. However, there will be little pause in the upward rise of frequencies. The energies will continue to rise to a tremendous crescendo during the World Congress on Illumination in Tuscan from the 15th of August until the 20th of August. Patricia Cotter-Robles has called for all lightworkers to join in, either in person or in consciousness. In her words, during this activity of light, we will unify our hearts with the company of heaven. Together we will form a powerful chalice of light through which the light of God will flow during the entire World Congress to assist in elevating the consciousness of the masses of humanity. The divine intent of this facet of the unfolding divine plan is to shift the consciousness of the masses of humanity from separation and duality into the consciousness of transfiguring divine love, oneness, and reverence for all life. Rarely are so many lightworkers gathered physically in one place. It is expected to create a momentous shift in the earth energies, and you, my dear friends, are being prepared every day, every hour, to cleanse and elevate your consciousness. You are being given opportunities at every turn to help you release an old feelings of pain, guilt, resentment and fear. You would say you are being tested, but we remind you of your enthusiastic participation in the design and implementation of these trainings. You are being forced into the fire of life more intensely now, and the challenges are intricately designed to reveal to you all that remains in your psyche of strategies that saved your life in childhood but now are obsolete in the growing light and love of the new day. Notice every upset, every painful moment, and know that this is your moment to shine. Build your pillar of light firmly around you. Link your heart to heart with us in higher dimensions, and ride out all tendencies to blame others, including us. Forgo all temptations to lash out or turn inward with disparaging comments or guilt-producing innuendos. Those days are past. You are entering the new energies of unity rather than divisiveness, oneness rather than separation. In the new earth you are co-creating with us in this moment. There will be no place for prejudice, intolerance, or any feelings of superiority or inferiority. Gone will be any hint of caste systems of slavery of any kind. Discrimination will be relegated in the history books, a dark stain on Earth's past that will be studied with amazement by future generations. Those coming generations will live side by side, not just with black, yellow and red races, but with tall blue people, slight and ephemeral gentle green beings, insect-like beings of high intelligence and expansive love, and all will live in harmony and joy. All will experience reverence for you and for one another and deep connection with our beloved creators. I am not weaving in a science fiction fantasy for your amusement. I am preparing you for what is to come soon. This is the reason for your intense training and preparation now. You will need to be ready not only to take part in the first wave of ascension, but to be the ones who can remain calm, joyful and serene as your world falls apart. Be ready to soar, dearest humankind. Your day in the brilliant light of love and unity has come. Know that we are here for you. We are overseeing all that unfolds, and we are protecting you with teams of angels, Galactic Federation ships, and Mother and Father's watchful and loving eyes. We will not interfere with the individual contracted events or last-dish free will expressions of unruliness or belligerence. These are to be expected in the intense energies of the moment. It is truly the test of your mettle. It is not to ride the wave and to land gracefully on new shores. You are the masters who have prepared for this for many lifetimes. As the energies rise, you will find yourself reaching deeply into your inner strength, connecting us in a new way, and you will be overjoyed as to how sturdy and competent you really are. You, beloved brothers and sisters, are our great hope and our greatly loved Earth team. You are better trained through thousands of years of being tested to the core than the most finely tuned SWAT team. You are our real-life superheroes in human garb. Come forward now, join hands with your fellow lightworkers, and walk with us in joy and celebration as we find new ways to raise ourselves up. Our goal is to lift all on the planet into the fifth dimension. This would be heavily lifting if we were not for the constant assistance of the company of heaven. Be prepared to be amazed, disoriented at times, seared in the violet flame and soothed by the blue and silver Arcturian healing light. This is the Olympic theme you have been in training for. Mother and father are in the front row. You will meet your mentors. Think of them as your Olympic coaches. As soon as you request them. For advanced light workers, they will be your twin flames. For others just awakening, there will be entire teams of coaches and mentors, as you have had all along. Get ready for delight, laughter and sweet tickles of loving energy. Be prepared to fall in love again, regardless of how many close relationships you have in your current life. Everyone has a twin flame, so don't worry about being unfaithful. In the higher dimensions, there are no limits to the number of friendships you can enjoy. There is plenty of love to go around. Your fierceness and your dedication brought you to this glorious moment. Now lay down all your trappings of old life and go for it, dear brothers and sisters. Dive into the light. We are here to applaud and catch you as you plunge in with all your heart. I am your brother, Archangel Michael, your adoring coach and head of your fan club. Namaste all. That is a beautiful message. Now I will again play a little piece of music by Indra, and I'm looking for the album The Call of Shiva Volume 2 2005 with the song Nataraja, which I like very much. And then, my dear friends, we will read message number 17 from Catherine May. Stay tuned. Yes, and now, my dear friends, I will continue. Message from Father God by Catherine May. Message number 17. World events. The escalation of goodness is unstoppable. By Father God. Dearest ones, it is I, your Father God. I want to bring you up to date on the world affairs, which will affect you and your loved ones in the coming days. As you know, the Lion's Gate has been thrown open, and the intense energies we sent to you during the period from July 4th until August 8th, 2015 will not abate as they normally did in the past years. We will continue to send you the uplifting energies that will carry you through the times to come, and they will increase incrementally until all humankind has ascended. Some of the major changes in the world are beginning to seep into the mainstream cabal-run media, slipping past the circus in the US that has laughably called political debate. It is really a contest about how much buffoonery, insolence, arrogance, violence and abuse in the American people will tolerate, and what their response will be to the caricature of duality and separation being played out on the world stage. Of course, it is an embarrassment to anyone who believes their leaders should be dignified, calm and principled. But never fear, beloved ones. This is merely a very obvious last gasp of the cabal minions, whose overt nastiness and arrogance is on display for all to witness. The Shaniacs flooding the airwaves and isolated but not unrelated incidents of murderous violence being played over and over in the media are all designed to present a picture of a world that is out of control, dangerous and unpredictable. Nothing could be further from the truth. We, your mother and I, and our beloved company of heaven, are at this time encouraging the public escalations of news about such unseemly behaviors because the backstory will inevitably be revealed in the process. You see, the cabal's greatest weakness is their thinly veiled contempt for one another. They are incapable of true cooperation. They only align with each other when it is in their own private interests. Otherwise, they are combative, underhandled, and double-dealing. They will expose each other with glee, and at the same time they will reveal the truth about how devious their power-building strategies have been. Watch closely as it unfolds. It is a wonderful time to be in the front row watching this slow-moving train wreck that is the disintegration of the Matrix. Meanwhile, in Iraq, earnest lightworkers in the new government are working diligently to rid the country of the corrupt old guard, including Maliki and his thugs. It is imperative that the country raise themselves out of the old systems of graft and outright theft if they are to make their debut as a reliable participant in the emerging world markets. They have made enormous strides in the past week. They have prepared their fertile ground for prosperity and abundance on a level the cradle of civilization not has seen in eons. The suffering people of Iraq deserve nothing less. It has not been an easy task for us to join hands with you in this project. You have been thought to mistrust God and anyone associated with the higher realms. Over thousands of years, Humankind has suffered under the belief that we are controlling and vindicative, negligent and uncaring about the moment-to-moment challenges and pain you face every day. We come through our beloved channels to reassure you and to convince you that none of those old teachings are true. They were designed to take advantage of the veil, to tell you what profited the Dark Ones, whose main goal was to take complete control over Earth, in defiance of our world. It has long been prophesied that there would be an end of times on planet Earth. The original prophecy was from Mother and I, delivered to humanity by Archangel Michael. We did not predict an end of life on Earth, or an end to the planet herself. It is to be an end to life as you have known it, a low density and most torturous experience of being controlled by dark forces you cannot see. The Dark Ones, under Anunnaki guidance, did a good job of diverting your attention away from themselves. So you would think it was I who caused the chaos and suffering. It was never so. They even convinced nearly everyone on the planet that God was a lone male source of dark power who throws lightning bolts and create plagues to punish his children. What a picture! In this way, they eliminated Mother from the story, along with Mary Magdalene and all the others, strong and loving women who threatened their dark interpretations. Mother and I are one, the source of creation. We create only with love. There is no other way to create living beings with souls. No laboratory experiment, no matter how sophisticated it may be, will ever come close to the true creation without our participation. No spark of life, the living soul, can be joined with any physical body, no matter how perfectly designed. Anything less is an abomination, a robotic imitation of life. These practices are being shut down in this end of times. We will permit no more such experience once our courageous boots on the ground have succeeded in prosecuting some of the offenders. It is vital to put an end to the heinous practices because they threaten the balance of life, tipping all into darkness. For instance, every genetically modified plant or animal emits only darkness. It also introduces darkness into your body if you ingest it. Work with us, beloved children, to the extent of your own ability to help us eliminate all these things from your environment. While we do indeed have the power to cast lightning bolts, we would never do that. This is your planet, humankind. We created and nurtured here for you. Now you must begin to do the same, for every gesture on your part allows us to have your back. By this we mean that we can then intervene with you to the maximum allowed by free will contracts. For instance, if you insist on eating toxic food, we will not take it away from you, but it does slow the progress of your joint work towards ascension, for you and for all. When you turn your eyes to us in partnership, we can work with you to the fullest extent possible. Take my hand, beloved children of mine, and let me put my love down through your pillar of light directly into your sore and exhausted heart. I will nourish and restore you for this final lap, the victory lap, really, after millennia of hard work. We will triumph together. We will triumph in the light together, you and I. Mother and I embrace you as we do our beloved company of heaven. We are holding open the gates for you to walk across the bridge of light into the oneness you have been searching for. Search no more, dear children. We are right there in your heart. I am your Father God. Transcribed by Dr. Catherine May, New York, August 9, 2015. And now, my dear friends, we have come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you, Chantik, Josephina, Sandra and Voyager for staying so long in this broadcast. You are loved. We are all loved by our prime creator and Father, Mother, God and the company of heaven. I sign off now with my loving regards to all humanity who is listening. And I bid you farewell and a good night's sleep. And rejoice for all the beautiful things that are coming. So, my dear friends, be well, love and light, stay positive, don't watch the news, and know that all is well and that everything that is unfolding will be for the betterment of humankind. We are one with the Creator, one with the universe, and all those loving beings are watching us as we reach our ascension. Much love to all.